from all walks of life. I've built publishing company out to 27 cities, been honored in the White House, 2 Democratic presidents, 2 Republican presidents. I'm independent, for sure. And so, the interesting thing about it is, when radio shows, TV shows have me on, they say, who's one of the most inspirational people that you've met, that you've known? I said, my little baby brother.
Yeah.
His last name is to Mars. He was the foremost authority on life on Mars. He came from 771 Fairwood Avenue. We lived in a half house. And I'm just so proud of him. But 1980, what year was it? 2008. He was taking a B-52, which is the biggest plane in the sky. It's longer than a football field. It's wider than a football field. Carries tanks in the battle. He was doing a training mission with some pilots. Takes 4 pilots for a B to fly that big old plane. He carries tanks and all that kind of thing. It's huge. And he was going to do a training mission. And unfortunately, the pilots lost control of the airplane and it crashed into the Pacific Ocean and nobody survived. That was 2008, July, as a matter of fact. I get on a plane, Air Force calls me. I leave Columbus, go to Atlanta to Tokyo to going on 14 hours later. When they called me, it was a search and rescue mission. When I landed, we got escorted to the Air Force Base. The general of the base came out to meet me and said, it is no longer a search and rescue mission. They found the wreckage. And it's a recovery mission. His wife was pregnant with his first son. And he wanted to play for the Buckeyes. And it just ripped me apart. So the journey of life is you got to be able to respect the minutes that you're given. Look at your purpose, your passion, your purpose and your passion in life. Put the pedal to the metal. Because God has given each one of us a gift. Each one of us a gift. And that gift is not centered to a dollar bill. A lot of young entrepreneurs want to work for the money, want to get rich, and they want too much the bling bling and the shit. That's not what it's about. When I started my business, my first business, I met 2 business owners that told me I had no plan B because I wanted to play for the Buckeyes, going to the NFL and buy mama a house. That story has been told millions of times over with young African-American kids in the inner city. And Ohio State didn't put me on the team. As a matter of fact, Ronnie Hubbard, the running backs coach, said, and I worked out with them my junior and senior year in high school. He said, son, you already got Archie Griffin. I'm going to talk to Woody. I'm going to see if I can get you on the team. At least you can dress for home games and you can play on Mondays. I got excited. I said, Mondays? We got games on Mondays now? That's called the practice squad. I have never, ever been so disappointed in my life. I'm not a practice squad type of dude. Win, lose, or draw, I'm at the top of in everything I do. I ain't gonna accept this. I had 20 scholarships from colleges I've never heard of. Kalamazoo, Michigan. Want you? Kalamazoo, what? All these small, MAC teams, University of Dayton, all that. I want to play for the Buckeyes. If I can play for the Buckeyes, I ain't playing for nobody. My mother thought that she was going to lose me to the hood. Well, I knew who the drug dealers were. I'm like, drug dealer, that's got to be the stupidest occupation in the world because everybody knows who you are. That's what they call short money. You making money today, tomorrow you locked up. Because somebody ratted on you, right? They trying to get you the biggest guy. But then I thought, maybe I could be a bank robber. That's where money's at, right? Banks got money, right? And then I talked to a police officer one time. I said, can I ask you a question? There's a brother from the hood trying to make it. How how much does the average bank robber get when they rob a bank? He said, maybe 2,000 to 3,000. He said, but they spend 8 years in jail. I'm like, okay. Let me do the math. The math ain't math. $2,000 for 8 years, 24 hours, 365. Yeah, that ain't my time. So my mother was really concerned, and she talked to the Catholic priest and introduced me to some business owners and own their own business, because she knew that I was a beast of a worker. And they told me something that changed my life. They said, you know what? All that effort you put in to play football, you lettered in varsity wrestling, you ran track, 3 sports. That's your physical athleticism. If you just pivot a little bit and have a mental athleticism about business, you too can be a millionaire. And I said, what? The NFL stands for not for long, son. You might get in at 19 or 20, but as a running back, you're going to be done by 23. And after you spend all the money on the cars and this, you're going to probably be broke. But if you own a business, you're able to satisfy customers and exceed their expectations with a quality product or service. The sky's the limit. And I'm like, what you talking about now? Nobody had a bigger paper route than me.